Good morning, friends. Now we are discussing on lift and drag expression in module number 4 of the topic flow over the bodies in the subject fluid mechanics. So here we have having an arbitrary shaped solid body, so placed in the real fluid. So the body is stationary, whereas the fluid is flowing with a uniform velocity u. So we take here a small elementary area dA on the body surface. So velocity of the flow is now given by u. We are taking an elementary area dA here, and FD and FL are the drag force and the lift force. The total drag force and the lift force acting on the entire body. We are getting first the expression of this drag force and lift force on elementary area. Then we will integrate the expression to get the total drag force and the lift force acting on this entire solid body. Now forces acting on the elementary area dA. So one is the pressure force, that is P into dA, acting perpendicular to this element and making an angle theta here with the horizontal axis. So PDA is an inclined force which will be splitted into its horizontal and vertical component. Then shear force tau naught dA, that is acting tangentially to this surface of the body. So tau naught dA. So here the angle made is 90 minus theta here. Theta is the angle made by the pressure force with the horizontal direction. Then we have now the drag force FD and lift force FL. So drag force FD elementary area. So we have the horizontal component of these two inclined forces. One is PDA with theta made with respect to the horizontal axis. So PDA cos theta. So that is acting to the right. So that's why it is having plus sign here, plus PDA cos theta. And then the cos component of this tau naught dA. So cos of 90 minus theta. So that is also plus, because the force, the x component of this force is going to right side. So that is plus. So PDA cos theta plus tau naught cos of 90 minus theta is sin theta dA. So total drag force is integration of this P cos theta dA. Since P pressure is there, so it is called as pressure drag. And here we have tau naught, that is shear stress. So it is shear drag or the frictional drag. Lift force. So the vertical components of the two inclined forces here, PDA and tau naught dA. So PDA is having the vertical component, so that is coming downwards here. So PDA sine theta with negative sign. So PDA sine theta with negative sign, and the vertical component of this shear force, so that is going up, so that is having plus. So tau naught dA sine of 90 minus theta, it becomes cos theta. So the drag and lift for a body moving in a fluid of density rho at a uniform velocity u are written as this FD and FL. So these two equations are derived by the method of dimensional analysis. So we'll have the proof for this, and resultant force is square root of this FD square plus FL square. Now we'll see how this equations we have arrived at. So dimensional analysis of the drag and lift force. So the force exerted by the fluid on the supersonic plane in the dimensional analysis is given by, that is, it is shown that F is the function of here this rho, L, U, mu and K, where so L is the length of the body, mu is viscosity of the fluid, F is the force exerted, U is the velocity of the body, rho that is the density of the fluid, K is the bulk modulus of the fluid. And it is also proved that the force exerted by the fluid on a partially submerged body is given by this equation. So now we have the function f, that is the force F is the function of three terms here, mu divided by rho ul, the other factor is k divided by rho u square, and then lg by u square. So if the body is completely submerged in the fluid, as we take aircraft that is completely submerged in the wind blowing, so there will not be any gravitational effect, and the compressibility force effect is also negligible. So we are ignoring this gravitational force. So Lg by u square, this ratio is ignored. Similarly, the bulk modulus factor K divided by rho u square, because we have relation between this bulk modulus K and the compressibility. If the force due to compressibility is ignored, so we are ignoring this factor K by rho u square also. So we have now F is equal to, so we have only this factor mu divided by rho ul. So it is the function of rho L square u square of mu divided by rho ul. So the force exerted by the fluid on the supersonic plane is the function of this. But we know that Reynolds number Re is given as rho ul divided by mu. So this force on the flight is given as the function of rho L square u square and Reynolds number. Now F is the total force exerted by the fluid. So we have two components of this total force. So hence we divide this by 2. Equally, we divide this total force into two components, the drag force and the lift force, where we have CD as coefficient of drag and CL is coefficient of lift. L square is area of the body. So in place of L square we have A. So we have rho A u square by 2. Rho A u square by 2 with the coefficient in FD. Similarly, we have rho A u square by 2 with the coefficient of lift in FL. So the resultant force is given as square root of FD square plus FL square. Thank you, friends.